All right, children, the time now is 5:30. Woo! Let's begin lesson. All right, Tammy, is your camera working? If it is, please turn it on. All right, thank you so much. All right, so children, today we'll focus on what lah? We'll do one question from last week's homework. Right, there's one question that is supposed to be done, which I didn't manage to do it last week. Right, so today we'll attempt that question first. Then after that, we'll be going into the part whereby we talk about something called square root and cube root, something called perfect square and perfect cube. All right. Then after that, we'll do some questions. Then we'll go into something called Kahoot. I think today we have the time to go into Kahoot. All right, let's do it. Okay, let's set an objective to do it today. All right. And after that, we'll practice a little bit more questions regarding the working backwards one, which is a challenge. All right. So if you can understand the entire of prime factorization, you should be able to do the working backwards one. All right, which is a challenge to many of you. Can? All right, so children, let's begin. All right, so we have Chloe with us also. Hey, seriously, all the ladies, man. All the ladies in the house. Scary. Right, I think we need to get some, boys into the class too. If not, I feel so outnumbered. All right, so children, let's take a look at the first question first. All right, let's take a look at the first question. Okay, check this out. Chloe, if you're there, can you please turn on your video? Thank you so much. All right, so this was the question that was given as homework from last week. All right, so a quick one. Teacher want what? Teacher want the format of what? Product of its prime factor. So this particular term, you must understand what the teacher want. This is like a format. What kind of format does the teacher want? All right. So this, right, can also means in terms of index notation. All right. So by now, I believe you have been going to school and your teacher should have done this already. All right. You should know what's the meaning of index notation. All right. So let me try to use a prime numbers to break down the number 90. And remember what are the meaning of prime numbers? I specifically told you to remember the first 5 prime numbers, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11. Right, these are the first 5 prime numbers that you have to remember the last week, remember? Yep. All right, so last week I told you to give math a chance. All right, because secondary school math is different from primary school math. Many of you struggle in your primary 5 and primary 6. That is understood. But sec 1, I tell you, you are going to thrive. You are going to do very well in your mathematics. All right, because secondary school math is actually much more simpler than primary school math. All right, so you must have that kind of attitude. So remember to give math another chance. All right. And the second thing I do remember is prime, right? Prime numbers. You have to remember the first 5, which is 2, 3, 5, 7, 11. All right. Then there's a third thing which I forgot already. Old man syndrome, lah. Forgive me. All right. So down here, 90 is a even number. You divide by the only even prime number, which is a 2, to give you a 45. And 45, can you divide by 2? Cannot. You have to move on to the next number. Please remember to do things systematically. So if 2 cannot go on to 3, can it be divided by 3? You look at the number 45. Take 4 plus 5. All right, Sito, this question is actually one of the question that is from worksheet 1. All right, so last week, right, worksheet 1, you remember the last question I showed you? Right, I said that last question is the homework. Then I told you to take a picture of it. Yeah. So again, don't worry about this. I'm just going through. So today also, there will be one homework. Later, you just take a picture of it. Can already. All right, then the next week, we will discuss about it. Can? See to? Okay, Okay, come. So remember, how do you know whether a number can divide by 3 or not? So you have the number 45. You take 4 plus 5. 4 plus 5 is a 9. 9 is a multiple of 3, which means can divide by 3. So this is a shortcut, children. This is a shortcut which is very interesting. So for example, 7122. 7122. Can this number be divided by 3? The answer is yes. How come? You take 7 plus 1, 8. 8 plus 2, 10. 10 plus 2, 12. 12 can be divided by 3. Means that 7122 can divide by 3. Don't believe? Press your calculator. All right, somebody please press your calculator. What is 7122 divided by 3? Equal to what? All right, can you please press your calculator and tell me into the chat, please? What is 7122 divided by 3? 2374. Thank you, Tammy. All right, it's equal to 2374. Can, you see? Can. It works, it works. So, children, this is a shortcut for you. All right, to determine whether a number can divide by 3 or not, you add up the digits. If the digit is a 12, 12 is like a multiple of 3, it means that 7122 can divide by 3. Understand or not? All right, this is a shortcut. So 45, right? 4 plus 5 is a 9. 9 is a multiple of 3. So confirm can divide by 3 to give you a 15. 15. 1 plus 5 is a 6, right? 6 is a multiple of 3. Can divide by 3 to give you a 5. 5 divided by 5 to give you a 1. So your 90, right, can be presented as what? 2 times 3 square times 5. And this is your answer as a product of its prime factor. This answer is in index notation. Children, understand the terms. Understand the language here. Math is considered like a language also. You must be able to speak math. Can? Okay. So in this case, right, you compare what is A, what is B, and what is C. All right. So this is given to you. You just got to make the comparison. All right. A will be a 2, B will be a 2, and C will be a 5. Done. Is that okay? All right. So again, can we have Chloe? Are you there, Chloe? All right. This is my third time asking already. If you are there, can you please turn on your video? And there's another student, Zhang Ke, something like that. I can't read Chinese. I'm so sorry. All right. If you are there, and your name is not Zhang Ke, something like that. Oh, hi. Is that is that you, Brandon? No, right? It's not Brandon, right? Sorry. Can you rename yourself? Are you Evan? Okay, very good, Evan. All right, Evan. Can. All right, because I don't have the Chinese name inside the attendance list. All right, I need to mark attendance lah. All right. So Evan is here. Thank you for owning your video. Okay. So part B, right? Part B is a little bit more challenging. Part B is a slightly more challenging. All right. So down here, they are looking for the lowest common multiple of 6, 15, and X is given as 90. All right. So children, just to sidetrack a bit. All right. The recording, right? This lesson is being recorded. Right. As you can see, there's a little red dot is recorded, but your face will not be recorded. Don't worry about that. All right. It's only the speaker, that is me, the face will be recorded. Right. That's why I advise you, if you have anything you want to ask, right, go to the chat and type in your questions and all this. All right. So when I see from the chat, right, it's like I see Tammy's answers, I see Sito's asking me a question, I see some of you saying hello and all this. I'm able to react. So if you have a question to ask, you can go to the chat and type in. All right. So your face will not appear. All right, because the recording will only capture people's face when they are speaking. So I'm the only speaker here, so my face will be captured. Your face will not be captured. All right. And the importance of having your video on, right, is so that I'm able to see you. All right. I will be able to see that I'm not talking to air. All right. Air cannot be seen. Correct or not? All right. Even though they have mass and they occupy space, I know. All right, but they cannot be seen. All right. That's the reason why I need to at least see a face. All right. So that is the reason lah. All right. If not, then it will be a bit weird lah. It's like you are going to a classroom where there's no student. All right. So let's try to set the standard. Let's start to set the requirement that video is required for this class. Can? Anything you want to chat, go to the chat function and you can chat with me. Thank you so much. Okay. All right. So moving forward, if we unmute and speak, then our face will be recorded. Nope. Oh, yeah, correct. Okay, so now, Hannah, you are muted. Hannah, you are muted now, right? So if you unmute yourself and you speak, your face will be recorded. Yes, correct. All right, so what am I trying to say is the speaker, right? That's me, right? The speaker, the face will be recorded. If you don't unmute, right? If you stay muted, then your face will not be recorded. Can, Hannah? Does that answer your question? Okay. All right. So as I say, anything you just go to the chat and write. All right. I'll be able to see your answers. I'll be able to see your requirements. Can? And many of my classes, right, like Kahoot, we play the game later. All right. All these don't require you to speak up. All right. Unless you want to. Right. But if you want to, then you must agree to the terms that your face will be recorded. Can? Okay, Tammy, very good. All right. So as you can see from the chat function, you are also chatting with everybody. So that is okay with me, right? Because I feel that sometimes it's good to know friends from other schools. All right. It's a little bit of social networking also. All right. So in future, hey, oh yeah. Last time, Evan. Yes, I saw you before. You attended Mr. Burns' class. Oh yeah. You know, then you got something to start off with. You got something to discuss about. Oh yeah, Tammy. Yeah. Okay. So something like that lah. You understand, right? Yeah, that's the reason why I will encourage such things lah. All right, it's okay to have a bit of friendly saying hi to each other inside the chat. Can? But don't be naughty lah. All right, don't say bad things about people. Don't bully people. All right, then we are okay. Can? All right. So moving forward, question B, right? I think it's a little bit more challenging. All right, because they give you what? They give you the answer. Huh? They give you the LCM, you know. The LCM is 90. All right, but they only give you 2 of the numbers here. So X is missing. So that's the problem. So this one is a little bit of working backwards. So mathematics, right, I always tell my student, it's all about going forward and going backwards. So going forward means what? Children, what is 3 plus 2? 5. But what is 5 minus 2? 3. Can you see or not? It's all about these 2 directions. All right. Children, what is 5 times 2? 10. What is 10 divided by 2? 5. Can you see or not? So it's always a 2 direction thing, going forward and going backwards. So the question, right, we're asked in such a way also. Sometimes they give you everything to call you to find the HCF and the LCM. Sometimes they give you the HCF and LCM to call you to find back the numbers. All right, which is actually in today's worksheet. And today's worksheet, I saw Angela, Hannah, Tammy, and Miko actually attempted the worksheet. All right, I can see from here who actually does the worksheet. And even though Angela, Miko, right, got it wrong, all right, but they still attempted the 2 questions at the back, right, which is very good. All right, even though they get it wrong, but it's okay. At least they try. I can see that from here. All right, just to let you know what I can see. Okay? Okay, so how? This question, right, what should you do first? My advice, break all this up into what first? Oh, Sito, you just attempted a few minutes ago. Okay, I didn't see that. I'm so sorry, Sito. Yeah, right, because my records only show, I think, maybe, you know, a few, maybe 30 minutes beforehand. But if you do it recently, I cannot see it. All right? Okay, come, let's take a look. So the number 6, right? The number 6, right, can be actually broken down to what? 2 times 3. Is that okay? Using something called the product or prime factor. All right, the number 15 is actually made out of 3 times 5. Correct or not? All right. And the number 90, all right, is the what? 90, the question say is actually the LCM, all right, LCM 90, which is actually given on top, all right, which is being asked on top already. And you found out that is what? 2 times 3 squared times 5. Can you see or not? So these are the information that you have. Those in blue color are the information you have. Are you okay? All right, so this type of question, right, remember me telling you something, all right? HCF and LCM, how many methods are there? In order to find HCF and LCM, there are 2 methods, all right? Or actually, there are 3 methods. Last week, I covered the 3 methods. Method 1, P4 method. We call that listing method, all right? Second method, set1 method, right? We call it the L. What is it? Is it the lavish method? Lavish method? Let me see. All right, I cut and paste last week's notes into here. All right, last week we call it the what? Last week we call it the lovely method. Right, last week we called it the lovely method.